Just 5 months after capturing the hearts of millions of people as the runner-up on American Idol in 2025, John Foster returned to his hometown of Louisiana to bring his star power and small-town charm. He performed for a crowd that stretched over the waterfront and echoed with pride, laughter, and country soul on the opening night of the International Acadian Festival. The Addis native lit up the stage at Bayou Plaquemine Waterfront Park, where the festival was held. The evening started off with a lively warm-up act performed by Lauren Lee, a local of Gonzales. Her booming vocals, which were accompanied by classic rock and R&B tunes, created an electrifying atmosphere. The expectation of the audience had reached a fever pitch by the time Foster took the stage, and it was waiting for him to give his performance. Applause erupted in the park the moment he made his appearance. It was a roar of love and appreciation for their hometown hero, who had gone from singing in bars in Louisiana to mesmerizing an audience on national television. It was a homecoming that was full of happiness and humor. A celebration of homecoming, community, and modest beginnings. Foster's return was more than just a concert. It was a celebration of all three events. Upon approaching the microphone, he wore a broad grin that conveyed the entire message. He told the ovating admirers, "It's my first time back on the West Bank since my free concert in May," referring to the large turnout of more than 10,000 people earlier that year. "It's my first time back on the West Bank since my concert in May. It's great to be back at home again." As soon as the first note was played, it was immediately apparent that John Foster was in his element. Because of his unassuming self-assurance, which was seasoned with humor and thankfulness, the evening had a sense of being personal and heartfelt. "Please be patient with me if my guitar passes away," he said as he adjusted the strap on his guitar. "Just so you know, I'm going to have to stick in another battery." The crowd laughed along with him, not as onlookers but as companions and family members. He paused in between songs to express his gratitude to everyone who has shown their support for his trip, whether it was by attending the event, purchasing tickets, or streaming his music. He expressed his gratitude by saying, "Every single one of you who has hit play means something to me. You have been a tremendous assistance to me in pursuing this dream, and this is just the beginning. One unexpected single, and a dream of country music." After that, an unexpected event occurred that nobody had anticipated. The brand new song that Foster presented to the audience was titled "Little Goes a Long Way," and he did it with a proud smile and a rapid strumming of his guitar. The track, which combines the traditional storytelling of country music with a contemporary twist, was met with enthusiastic applause from fans who were eager to find out what the next step is for their favorite growing singer. "This song holds a special place in my heart," he whispered. "I want to be recognized as a new country singer, and my primary objective is to get my music played on the radio. On the other hand, I will never abandon traditional country music. The music I create is a reflection of who I am." It was a moment that would forever change his life. It demonstrated how far he has come since his initial audition for American Idol, while also demonstrating how firmly rooted he has remained in the sound and soul of indigenous country music. Foster was very enthusiastic about his sources of inspiration, and he named Cody Johnson as one of his most significant influences. Foster remarked, "He is a true cowboy at heart. When I listen to him, I am reminded of the way that country music is supposed to feel. It should be genuine, rough around the edges, and honest." Foster created a musical trip through the history of country music that lasted for nearly 2 hours and left an indelible impression. By combining tunes from the genre's greatest artists with his own distinctive flair, his setlist gave the impression of being a love letter to the genre itself. In order to harness the essence of old-school country music, he paid respect to Hank Williams and Elvis Presley. After that, he transitioned into the grit and soul of Travis Tritt. When he began singing songs by Garth Brooks, particularly friends in low places. The audience joined him in singing every word, and their voices reverberated throughout the bayou. The performance of Calling Baton Rouge was, nevertheless, the one that received the most applause of the evening. The atmosphere was fantastic. People were dancing, waving cowboy hats in the air, and shouting the words at the top of their voices. While the crowd was drowning him out, Foster laughed in the middle of the song and shook his head. A proud smile spread across his face as he did so. A glimpse of laughter followed by a moment of tears. Foster's inherent charisma radiated brightly for the entirety of the night. He entertained the audience with tales, jokes, and recollections of his time spent competing on American Idol. He stopped what he was doing, laughed, and said, "Well, that's the first time that's ever happened on stage," when an unexpected string on his guitar suddenly cracked in the middle of his music performance. During the time that he was switching guitars, the audience was roaring with laughter. He handled the situation with the ease of a true professional. But even in the midst of all the joy and laughing, there were times that made you feel your heart being pulled. The night was beginning to wind down, and Foster took a long breath before speaking softly to the gathering. According to him, "This next song is very significant to me. This is in memory of Maggie Dunn and Caroline Gill, two angels who have passed away." As soon as he started singing "Tell That Angel I Love Her," the entire festival grounds dropped into complete silence. His eyes shone brightly in the spotlights of the stage, and his speech was filled with unfiltered emotion. It was more than simply a song. It was a prayer, a confession, and a tribute all rolled into one. Many members of the crowd were wiping tears from their eyes by the time the final chorus was performed. Because of its genuineness, the song went beyond the realm of entertainment. It was therapeutic, communal, and profoundly human. Taking pride in the bayou. The applause came back, this time louder, and for a longer period of time than it had been before the final chords died away into the night in Louisiana. Many of the audience members stood up and cheered, not only for the music, but also for the voyage that was being taken. At this point, John Foster had completed a full circle. He had gone from being a local boy to becoming a national sensation, and now he was performing for the people who had initially believed in him. An event that was more than just a concert was held for the city of Plaquemine. It was a timely reminder of how far talent that originates from within the country may go, as well as how vital it is to return. To kick off its festivities, the International Acadian Festival, which is rich in culture and community pride, could not have asked for a more fitting headliner to debut its festivities. Foster expressed his gratitude to the audience once more and assured them that he will return in the near future. Fans remained at the stage, hoping for a final selfie or a handshake. He replied, "This place raised me," pointing toward the throng. "It was incredible. The reason I sing is because of you all. In no way should you forget that." After that, he gave one more wave, threw his guitar over his shoulder, and went off stage, laughing as the cheers of the audience chased him into the night. It was not simply another event for those who were able to witness John Foster's Plaquemine homecoming. Rather, it was a story about their roots, their ability to persevere, and the power of returning to the place where the music was initially created.